I've had my 2017 Diamondback Mission Pro for about a month now. I thought I'd give it a review. It's quickly become my favorite bike. I've got 4 other bikes, a dirt jumper, a downhill bike, and some BMX bikes. This is my first real mountain bike, my first new mountain bike, and I have to say it's quickly become my favorite ride. I've ridden this the most in the last month, easily. Probably taken it out on about 12 rides. It's a 25.5 inch wheel set. It's a 6061 T6 weapon grades aluminum. That single pivot knuckle box technology, you see it right there. It's got that hydroform down tube. It's pretty solid. I mean, it makes no noise. For the rear shock, it's got that Fox Float X2 factory with 160 millimeter travel. Cool Kashima coating. It gives it that like copper look. It's 2-piston, 8-inch, 2.5-inch air shock. It's got high and low compression adjustments, as well as high and low rebound adjustments. The fork is a Fox Factory 36 float, also 160 millimeter travel. It also has that Kashima coating, looks tight. It's got that fit cartridge with high and low speed compression and an external rebound adjuster. It's got butted and tapered steer tube. With those shocks, it handles all kinds of terrain pretty well. I've taken it down some big drops. I've taken it over a bunch of stuff. You can go back and see some of my videos. Here you'll see me trying a log setup, just a variable speed. Show you how it performs. Man, this thing rolls over anything. These Diamondback pedals are awesome. They're DB4L platforms, CNC'd aluminum with replacement pins. It's the Shimano XT M8000 cranks. It's got that Shimano 32.2 sprocket. It's got this awesome MRP AMG version 2 chain guard. I mean, like, my chain never pops. I've thrown my bike, I've dropped it hard, and I broke my seat. I'll talk about that. It's got the Shimano chain with the Shimano XT M8000 derailleur and the MXT 8000 11-speed cog set. The thing pedals pretty smooth. It shifts pretty smooth. I have no problems with it. You can see it's pretty light and nimble. I drop in, have no problems pedaling up the hill. Very low bob on lockout. I'm just cruising right up the hill. It's sometimes up big hills it's a bit squishy, but coming down the hill, that's when the bike feels really nice, just smooth. It comes stacked with the race face bar and stem combo. It's the Atlas 35 stem, short with the 50 millimeter reach, and the Atlas 35 bars, wide, 800 millimeters wide with a 10-inch rise. Keeps it nice and stable. The Diamondback DB4L lock-on grips, they're nice, no slippage. I've had it in the rain. Shimano XT M8000 shifters and Shimano XT BR M8000 brake levers. That RockShox dropper post switch too. I'll talk about the dropper post, but I love these bars. They're nice and wide. They're stable on anything. I've tried to take it down all kinds of rooty stuff, steps, everything. Like I said, this has quickly become my favorite bike. You can see I can take it over pretty much anything. It stays stable. Super comfortable seat. WTB Volt Pro seat, comfortable. RockShox Reverb Stealth Dropper Post, sucks. I dropped it one time up against a tree and it no longer pops up. It is so stealth, it doesn't come back up. I gotta do something with it, take it apart. Front and rear Shimano XT BR M8000 hydraulic disc brakes with a 180 millimeter rotor. I mean, these things stop on a dime. I'd drop a dime and I'd stop right on it to pick it up. Both hubs are race-faced turbine, 24-hole with through axles. They're laced to race-faced turbine R30 rims. You know, they've taken a beating. And these are wrapped in WTB Vigilante Enduro tubeless ready tires. You know, I have tubes in them right now. I'm still a newbie with this whole mountain biking thing, but I do know these rims have taken a beating. You know, so with the rundown complete, I'm gonna say that this is a pretty tight bike. It's held up for the month that I've had it. I have no problems with it. I don't do any bike maintenance. And I mean, just look at the list of parts. It's stacked with Shimano, and it's stacked with Race Face. The only parts on the Diamondback that are Diamondback are the frame, the pedals, and the grips. Yeah, that's it. Everything else, top end, top shelf parts, Shimano, Race Face, WTB. You know, would I recommend this bike to somebody? Somebody starting out like myself? Totally. You know, I've tried a downhill bike, didn't work. Didn't work for the local trails, but I love taking it to the park. It's a 2011 Airborne Toxin. It's heavy. This bike here, this Diamondback Mission Pro, is a great bike for somebody like myself who's coming from BMX, trying to get into the mountain biking scene, thing, sport, whatever. I would totally recommend it to a friend that was trying to get into the sport. But again, that dropper post, I don't know what happened to it. It didn't last through my whole first ride. That's been my only beef, because I wanted a dropper post, so I was stoked when it came with a RockShox dropper post. The Stealth C post, I looked at that post and it was too expensive, so I was stoked that it came on the bike, and I was disappointed that it was broken on the bike. But all in all, great bike. It's currently my favorite bike, especially in this cold weather, and we'll see what spring brings. Right, I hope this helped. Let me know if you need any other questions answered about the bike. I'll gladly help a friend out.